The last part to Access Project 5 is we're going to open our form back up and do some modifications. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to open it in design view so we can do some modifications. The first thing I want to mention is they talk about widening the columns. You can do that. Well, you can do it either way. Like for example, if I open up the book, close this first. They say you can narrow the columns this way. This is fine to do it this way, and then that will transfer into the book rep form. You can actually come in here and do this as well. So you can modify it a number of different ways. The book mentions one way. I'm going to come back into design view. This is our book rep master form where we have the sub formatted. And what I'm going to do here is do some modifications. The first one's pretty easy. Up here where it says BR number, we're actually going to change that to say what it should have said all along. It was book rep number. Now you may need to, may want to move that a little bit to the side, give it some space. That's entirely up to you. You can make it look good, spend some time making it look good. So on figure 5-56, what we're going to do now is we're going to change these labels, and this is a little tricky, but I'm going to hold down shift and select each one of these labels. Keep holding shift down. And we can do a few different things here. We need our properties to be open though. Okay. And they have us do a few different things. Again, I'm not going to be too upset if they're not done to the exact specifications of the book, but a few things would be nice to do. Like for example, they want us to change the color to blue. We don't need to actually have the properties for that. We can go to Format and change the color to be like a darker blue. Okay. If I make them bold, you can play around and make yours look a little different. But over here, they do want us to change the style to be solid. Let's see where we at here. Border style to be solid. They want it to have a 3, and I think the special effect will be etched. Okay, and anytime you can save it and reopen it, or just change your view and see how that looks now. Completely different look. Okay, so that's some of the things they want you to modify. All right, let's go back in design view, and I keep saving. I'm a person who likes to save your stuff. You can always flip back between the views to look at it also. I like to save it every step of the way in case something tragic happens. But I'm going to go back in here, and the next thing they want us to do is we're going to well, let's see, are we in design view? Yes, we are. We don't need our properties anymore. Again, you can play around with your properties all you like. I need to add a title, and the title by default will be the name of your form. Now you can, and they have us actually click on this, and I do need my properties back, I apologize. They want us to change the font size of this to be 28. We can change that over here. Yeah, you can change it over here too. Okay. Previous versions of Access didn't have that handy dandy area there. So you need to make room for that, which is nice. And as you can see, this part here is really just doing some formalities and functional things. One thing I do want to mention, I didn't mention this in the last part, but when you actually run your form, by run I mean view it. So let's view the form. One thing I want to mention is, and this is kind of a handy thing that some people use a lot, some people don't, is you hit your tab button, it goes through in a special sequence to all of the items. Now, something I didn't do, and I'm going to go fix it right now, is we don't want all of the items to be tabbable, which means you don't want your picture or your customer note to be tabbable. So what you can do with that is if you click on picture and customer name, if you want to make some items not tabbable, what you do is you click in the field and make sure your properties open. Make sure it's also set to all, and you come down here to tab stop and change that yes to no. And that means now when I am in my viewing mode, I hit my tab sequence and it goes through and it will skip over the ones that are not part of the tab sequence. Okay, Shift tab goes backwards, by the way, if you're not familiar with that. So tab goes through each field and shift tab goes forward and backward. Okay, just go back into to design view a minute. I want to mention this. Under the design tab, there is an area called tab order. And this actually lets you change the order or set up the order of whatever tab sequence you want. So this shows the order that they're in. If there's an order you want to change, so you say you want to move picture, well actually picture shouldn't be in there. Bonus rate, you click on it and you basically move it. Let me try it again. Oops. You move it to whatever order you want. So you can change the order. If you auto order it, I think it does it by whatever order they deem to be the most appropriate. But you can change this at your liking. And again, depending on the usefulness of your form, that's how that can be done. Let me save this again. Cancel that first, save it. And I'm going to bring this up and show you one last item. Now these attachments here, again, if I go from person to person, some people don't have attachments, but if I right click on this, I can manage the attachments. And that shows that Robert Chin has one item. If I go back to our first record, manage, she has 2 items. So I can manage them that way. So that's the way the book rep master form should look and should function. Again, spend some time making it look nice. And again, if you want to go a little artistic on me, that's fine. It doesn't have to be exact like the book shows it, but don't go too crazy. So good luck on this and enjoy the project.